It's a massive night for the fans, especially Bradford's, who see Leeds United as the club's greatest rival, so expect plenty of passion on and off the field tonight. Leeds will want to kickstart David O'Leary's reign with an emphatic victory and erase memories of embarrassing performances against nationwide opposition in recent years. The impressive 19-year-old Paul Robinson continues to deputise in goal for the injured Nigel Martin. Jonathan Woodgate, Stephen McPhail and Harry Kewell were also in the team that won the FA Youth Cup last year. Times have changed so quickly at Elland Road. Lucas Radebe is the only survivor from the Leeds side that reached Wembley in the League Cup as recently as 1996. Stuart McCall is the last link between the Leeds-Bradford League rivalry of the 80s, since when he served Everton and Glasgow Rangers before returning to his first love in the summer. And McCall captains this consistent lineup, which has lost only one of its last 10, and in Walsh, Todd and Beagrie has others who've tasted Premier League action. 19-year-old Isaiah Rankin is the club's record signing, having left Arsenal for £1.3 million. And fittingly, we have a Yorkshire referee tonight from the Premier League list, Uriah Rennie of Sheffield. Leeds all in white, and Bradford City have got a very good following here. There was a bit of hoo-ha a couple of weeks ago about what the allocation would be for the Bradford fans, but Chris Kamara alongside me, no matter how many there are, they're singing their hearts out.
Well, they've come here to enjoy themselves, and there's more of the Bradford City fans amassed together than there is the Leeds fans, so I would imagine they'll be getting behind their team and be really passionate tonight. But don't discount these Leeds fans tonight. They know how to get behind their team, and I'm sure they will.
Moore gets his head in the way there, but Radebe came and attacked the ball at the other end, but then it spins away. Now we can see Rankin's pace, and he's caught from behind by Granville. Now this is interesting because on Sunday here we saw a surfeit of bookings from referee Mike Reid, and there referee Rennie, who's one of the fittest referees around, had a good view of that and chose to take no action.
Well, I think he's wrong. It was a foul, definitely not worthy of a booking for McPhail, but it was definitely a foul. Rankin was through there and he caught his legs.
Mills trying to shrug off the attentions of the man they call the Terminator here, Robert Molinar. Beagrie, who's having a good spell at the moment, and well, Woodgate couldn't attack him in that position, and he's never come up against someone of Beagrie's skills maybe before. Look at that, terrific skill from Beagrie, good looking cross as well. Wally was the one who just failed to get his head to it, but what a magician Peter Beagrie can be.
He's having a fantastic season. He's more or less back to the player that he was quite a few years ago, but what a ball, as you quite rightly said. That ball was just driven into the box along the 6-yard line, just crying out for a player to get across somebody and head it. Here we see it again. Great movement, look, great feet, doesn't know where he is. Woodgate spins it in across that 6-yard line. Where's the players? No, there's a defender there from Leeds.
Well, I think one of the popular moves at the weekend was the appointment as assistant manager of Eddie Gray, former manager, of course, at this club, and now the number 2 to David O'Leary. The fans have always loved Eddie Gray.
Well, Eddie Gray is one of the nicest men I've ever met in football. He's a smashing fella, knows the game inside out as well, and it's tremendous for him. Him and David O'Leary, good partnership they'll be.
Blake has squared it, and Jacobs will sprint into Leeds territory. They know that Beagrie's a good outlet, and here he is now. Just loves to attack defenders. We ran straight into one that time, though. That was Bowyer. McCall. Here, precise ball in here, and this might be number 1, no. Although Rankin's pace got him in there, the little flick of the boot threatened to carry the ball into the Leeds net, but there were 3 Leeds defenders there doing their job.
Well, what a fabulous ball from Stuart McCall. Just look at it there. Look at Rankin. Gets the wrong side of Molinar. Here he comes, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, outside of the right foot. Great save from Paul Robinson.
Well, the Bradford fans are the ones who are singing at the moment. They're enjoying their 10-mile trip. Mills angles the ball again through there, and if he can pick himself up here, he might still produce a cross or get a corner. He does do. Wayne Jacobs. Woodgate doesn't mind conceding it. So it's a signal for big Darren Moore to go up, is this? And John Dreyer, whose last goal was scored in the FA Cup against Everton. That was a memorable day. Here's Bradford's corner now, swept across, Mills in for it, and it's away. Because coming in was John Dreyer. He was the one who got his head to it. Haller cleared.
Well, fantastic set play once again, straight onto the head of John Dreyer. John Dreyer just thumped the header towards goal, and there was Gunnar Haller. Here we see it, corner from Wally once again, thumping header there from Dreyer. It's going in the bottom right-hand corner. There's Gunnar Haller on the line to clear. Wally once again. Look at this leap from Dreyer. Straight into the corner, well away by Gunnar Haller.
Molinar, down the line will go Gunnar Haller, Norwegian international, played in the World Cup finals against Scotland, and Haller's played a useful ball here because Hopkins on, and the cross spins away off the Bradford defender, leaves his corner.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that cross, Hopkins. He had time and he had space, and he allowed Jacobs to get back at him.
David Hopkins still to make the sort of impact that Leeds hoped for when they signed him from Crystal Palace, after he destroyed Sheffield United's dreams at Wembley. Now, what can Leeds conjure up from this? It's beyond Woodgate, and it's put out by Moore. Leeds will have a second consecutive corner kick.
Once again, I'm not sure that was a planned set play. Molinar was at the far post, and I'm sure that Darren Moore didn't have a shout from his goalkeeper there. Otherwise, he might have headed that up the pitch.
Dutch and a Norwegian there discussing tactics. Hopkins given a signal for this one. Let's see if everybody's listening. And he got in there in front of the goalkeeper, did Gunnar Haller, but directed the header over the top. But it's certainly the closest Leeds have come.
Well, certainly did. The movement on that corner, great ball from Hopkins, but the three players in the middle are all chasing and running around. And there was the header just over the bar from Gunnar Haller.
He's got a couple of goals this season. Strangely, the only goal he's ever scored at Elland Road was for Oldham Athletic in a cup tie. Never scored here for Leeds. Kuehl will drag it away from Jacobs, and Hasselbank is in the middle, Hopkins in the middle. What can Kuehl produce here? He goes for goal, and it's in! It's with the aid of a deflection, but Kuehl has broken his duck for the season. And that's unlucky for Bradford City because it took a massive deflection, wrong-footed Gary Walsh, and it's the Leeds fans who are cheering. It's Leeds 1, Bradford City 0.
Well, it certainly did. You've got to feel sorry for Gareth Wally here. They closed him down, just comes off his left knee there. Gary Walsh in the Bradford goal, absolutely no chance. He's chasing the shot. Cool, good movement inside, but there comes Gareth Wally. Just sticks his leg out and unfortunately hits his knee. Rebounds into the bottom corner, and Leeds are fortunate at the moment to be in front.
Granville was looking for a killer ball, but presented it to Jacobs. Skill from Beagrie, shot from Beagrie! Over the top, but that's the best we've seen from both Beagrie and Bradford, and he's unlucky. But you've got to say that Robinson has made a terrific save. I didn't realise it was his fingertips that deflected it over.
Certainly is. What about this for a bit of skill? Jacobs up towards Beagrie. Here he is, that first touch away from Gunnar Haller. Absolutely no chance. What a drive. What a shot in towards the corner there. And Robinson, fingertip save.
Well, my excuse for not knowing it was a corner was it flashed so quickly, didn't it, off the boot of Beagrie, a man who's got 6 goals this season, and that was a shot born of a confident player.
Certainly was. Tremendous strike.
Let's have a look at this Beagrie shot again.
Great, tremendous strike. Look at the power that's generated there, and he just flicks it at Robinson. Even if that had been on target, Robinson was only flicking at it really, and the ball had more or less beaten him before he touched it.
Hasselbank on the leap. McCall with the clearance. The closing stages of a first half that score-wise is going Leeds' way. It's probably what we expected, a lot of effort from Bradford. Hasselbank tries to hold off Jacobs, does so successfully in a thrilling try from Hasselbank. I assume he was going for the cross there, he almost turned into a shot. At the other end, Rankin's pace, which is searing, doesn't trouble Radaby. And Hopkins on the charge, but he's not going to keep that in. Was that a shot or a cross from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank?
Well, it's a cross shot, but what power he shows here. Look, Wayne Jacobs is tight on him, but he's too strong for Jacobs. Just gets away from him. Jacobs nearly fouls him, fires in the shot, and Gary Walsh, I'm not sure whether he really knew where that was going once he left his hands.
Now then, Mr. Rennie was very close to that.
There's the throw in from Jacobs, and watch the boot in the face on Gunnar Haller there from Peter Beagrie. He has gone for the ball, just tried to hook it into the box, but he's caught Gunnar Haller smack in the face, and that's a real nasty injury. There it is again. Beagrie's foot so high. Gunnar Haller feeling the effects of that kick.
He's got a nice shiner there to match the one that Molinar's playing with tonight.
Absolutely, but Beagrie had to go for the ball. Haller put his head in where it hurts.
Play resumes with Haller off the field. And Kewell in an attacking position for Leeds, and how's he got his way through there? And he's gone for goal as well. And yeah, I think that goal has lifted him.
Well, he's got 3 Bradford players around him there. Great skill. He rolls it off his foot. It's never going in because you saw Gary Walsh just seeing it. Here it is, 3 players around him there. Great back heel. Looks up, decides to go for the chip in the top corner. Gary Walsh sees it go wide. There it is. Has a quick look. Bend, trying to get it to spin back in. It doesn't actually come back in.
Radaby to Hasselbank. Oh dear. Well, that'll be the blood moon in rugby league, and I'm not sure whether Gunnar Haller will come back after that kick. They can patch him up, but noticeably Alf-Inge Haaland has been warming up down on the touchline, but it looks as though they are going to try and get him back on. It's a nothing ball from Granville, just stabbed straight in the air, and it landed at Jacobs' boots. Dreyer. Oh, superb take from Rankin, it really was, because he got 2 Leeds defenders breathing down his neck, and it does give them a chance because Mills will attack this one. Robinson was coolness itself.
Well done, Paul Robinson. Took that one very comfortably.
He's been a bit of a mixture this half, hasn't he, to be fair?
He's settled down now very, very well since the goal went in.
Kewell, who I thought he might have released Hasselbank instead. It's McPhail. Alongside him, Bowyer. Out on the right touchline is Haller, blood and all. Hopkin. Leeds have put together half a dozen passes here, nicely. And Kewell's infectious now because he lost the ball and won it back within seconds to release Bowyer once again. Bowyer will go for goal, long range, tipped out, here's Hasselbank, and an excellent save from Walsh. Here's Granville, goes for goal on the top of the netting, and still Hasselbank can't get that goal that he really badly needs at the moment. It's spun away from Gary Walsh. Hasselbank looked like scoring. Granville almost did.
Well, we haven't seen much of Lee Bowyer tonight, but what a drive that is. Just slightly possibly going wide. Great save from Walsh. Great double save. Hasselbank coming in there, and a lovely little chip from Granville. It's just too high. But Gary Walsh there, superb. Here it is again. Bowyer driven to that right-hand corner of the post. There's Walsh down as quick as he can. Loses it because of the greasy service. Follow up from Hasselbank. Great double save. Comes out to Granville. His chip is just too high.
Leeds United lead the Great Yorkshire Derby thanks to Harry Kewell's deflected shot, having withstood a lot of Bradford City pressure, and Bradford will feel slightly badly done by. But there were signs towards the end of the half that despite all Stuart McCall was doing in the midfield for Bradford, Leeds were getting to grips with the contest. At half-time though, it's Leeds United 1, Bradford City 0. Most people seem to agree during the half-time banter that Bradford are a little unlucky to be behind at the interval. Well, neither Paul Jewell nor David O'Leary has made any changes in personnel to the 2-11s. I think the most fascinating thing for you, Chris Kamara, was hearing your name being chanted by the fans.
Well, it was nice of them to give me a mention, but I think I'd rather be out on the pitch.
Here goes Moore, storming forward for Bradford City. They'll want to come out at the start of this second half, all guns blazing. Wally, who was once watched by both Liverpool and Tottenham during his Crewe Alexandra days. They thought pretty highly of him. Mills, with that chest control of his, tries to get Wally through. Paul Jewell is one of those characters of football. He just loves the game. I'm sure he wouldn't know what on earth to do if he wasn't involved in the sport. Haller got the better of Beagrie. Now it's Kewell, and the referee plays on. Calling for it is Bowyer in an outside right position, and Lee Bowyer here, plenty of time to assess the situation and to pull it across. Might be too far. It's School finally hammered high into the crowd by Granville after Bowyer had done all the hard work.
Well, he showed tremendous skill, didn't he, Lee Bowyer? Took John Dreyer outside and then inside. Here's the bit of skill here. Right, John Dreyer just goes for the dummy there, takes it, screws the ball back, but there's nobody coming in from the far post. There's the shot, miles over the bar from Danny Granville.
Hasselbank. A bit more movement about Leeds here, with Hopkin knowing that Haller's on his outside. Able to drift infield. Hasselbank the little touch. And a free kick now for Leeds in a handy position. Hasselbank loves this sort of area, though he's got a bit of a rap on the ankle first to contend with.
Well, he's booking John Dreyer for this tackle. There's the ball in by Hopkins. Dreyer tries to win it behind him, and he more or less just holds his ground, really.
Hopkins stands by the ball. Kewell to his left, but it certainly looks like a Hasselbank invitation. Well, it was Kewell, it went the other way, and nothing accrued apart from a Bradford City free kick, which McCall took hastily but accurately, and there's a massive space down the right touchline here for Mills. It'd be ironic if Bradford scored after that situation, which looked so potentially promising for Leeds. Oh, clever play, Beagrie. Now Jacobs. Well, there was no foul by Haller. I just wonder if Paul Jewell might consider bringing Gordon Watson on in place of Rankin, who's not made any impact at all in this second half.
Well, he had Bradford's best chance in the first half. Gordon Watson, we know what a player he is. He came on a sub against Barnsley in the season and turned the game around, scored 2 goals in the last 4 minutes. He was only on for 4 minutes as well, so they'll be hoping if he does come on he can do that.
Watson is another of those who has played at the very top of the game. He played here for Sheffield Wednesday and scored. Leeds content to just push the ball around at the moment, and then Molinar will hit it long out to Granville. Took it stumbling. Still goes. Not for very long. Certainly no foul. Oh, but then Blake gifts it to Bowyer. He'll go for goal. McCall gets his body in the way.
Great block from McCall.
Wally. Beagrie. If there is a criticism of Bradford tonight, it's been that the crosses have been very easy for Molinar and Radaby to handle.
That's right, they need that ball whipped in. Those are 3 big lads that we're talking about in the centre halves there. Woodgate, Molinar and Radaby.
Here goes Kewell, he's one-on-one, and Kewell goes for goal, but almost hits it up into the executive boxes.
Well, what a tremendous ball there from Danny Granville, just for Harry Kewell into his stride. Here it is, just lobbed over. He sees Gary Walsh is off his line, he tries the lob, but it's too high and wide.
So Eddie Gray is the one making the decisions down on the touchline. David O'Leary preferring to stay up in the box. Hasselbank. Now, as a Premier League side, Leeds would look for some movement here, some swift, incisive movement to unsettle their nationwide neighbours. But they've been forced all the way back, way inside their own half, and then they try a different route with McPhail deep. Kewell. Hasselbank, still Hasselbank. Bowyer took it away from Kewell, on he goes, Lee Bowyer. That must be a penalty. No, it's a booking, is it, for Bowyer? It's a booking for Bowyer. Referee Rennie, the most controversial decision of the night, decides that Bowyer flung himself as Walsh went to make contact.
Well, I can't believe that. Watch the quick feet from Bowyer here as he goes through the gap. There's the little touch there, just away from Dreyer's feet. Gary Walsh comes out, he just nicks it past him. Walsh has got no option but to bring him down. Definite penalty, insult to injury. He gets booked as well. Great strength from Hasselbank there, and once again nips it through. Here comes Boyer now. Watch the quick feet here. Sharp, away from Dreyer, into the box. Just comes towards, Gary Walsh comes out, got no alternative but to bring him down because he's round him. And he's in the book.
Well, we've been extolling the virtues of Uriah Rennie tonight, but we both think he got that drastically wrong. And Boyer must feel mortally affronted. Enter Gordon Watson, and it is Rankin who is replaced. Well, it's a big night for Gordon Watson. Also a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Leeds United fans after his Sheffield Wednesday days. Bradford need a goal from him.
He'll be keen to do well tonight, will Gordon Watson.
The first substitution of the evening. Kewell goes for goal again. Just 20 years of age, and this constant tug of war between Australia and Leeds United has probably not done him much good. He's had a lot of football. Well, the official attendance figure just announced reveals just what a big match this is for the supporters of the two clubs. Over 27,500. That's pretty good.
It's fantastic, and it's not a great game, but it's a very interesting game at the moment.
The initiative now with Leeds. Hasselbank. Very confident, isn't he, McPhail? All left foot. Well, he's used it well. Hasselbank. Leeds with three in the middle, wanting the ball. Taking an eternity to get there. Oh, and it's spun away here. There might be a second chance for Leeds this time. Jacobs gets it away. Finally, they do get a corner kick. It looked as though young McPhail might even get in then.
Well, Gareth Wally's the unfortunate one again. There's Hasselbank's shot, just bounces off his foot. McPhail wriggles around, crosses into the box. There's Wayne Jacobs.
He wasn't actually threatening the net, though, when Jacobs cleared. Out by Moore. Kewell now. Moore trying to shepherd him away, but Kewell's got the better of him. Still nothing accrued. And Leeds are still relying on that one goal in the first half.
I'm sure Paul Jewell will be saying to his players, come on, keep going, keep passing that ball around. The more you pass that ball around, the better chance we've got.
Kewell. Granville might have another chance. Here it's into his path. It'll be Hasselbank this time. Good save, Gary Walsh, and Hasselbank at long last does get a shot onto the target.
He does, but that's a decent move from Leeds. Eventually comes to Granville. He's not going to shoot after that last episode. Hasselbank takes a yard back, goes through the legs of Darren Moore, and collected nicely by Walsh. There's the ball from Granville. Tees it up nicely. There's the drive. Good concentration from Walsh.
Watson. Well, it's the first effort really of the second half from Bradford, and Gordon Watson, huge grin on his face, waves to those Leeds fans. Nice bit of banter.
Yeah, it certainly was, but he got across the front of Robert Molinar there. Blake did ever so well, chipped it into the box. Here's Blake, just chips it into the box when he gets across the front face of Molinar, gets the header in, but it's high and wide.
Jacobs loops it up there. And the clearing header went to Mills. Now it's Blake. Just dragged it. Robbie Blake, who was a member of a Darlington side that came here and got a 2-2 draw 2 years ago.
Yeah, he picks up the pieces here, Blake. He just gets a ricochet, comes off Lee Mills, and there's the drive, hoping that he can get it on target, but it's wide.
McPhail kept it in and got the throw-in out of Todd. Well, Leeds are happy to keep Bradford penned up in this end of the field. Bradford need it up in the other half rapidly. They can't get there, so Bradford, who knocked out Lincoln and Halifax, now need to produce something rather dramatic if they're to stay in the competition. And in fact, with the result all important, it's Leeds United who go through thanks to Harry Kewell's deflected first half shot. A brave effort from Bradford, led by Stuart McCall, their captain, but it wasn't enough in the end. And smiles all around there between referee Rennie and Lee Bowyer, who controversially was booked when he thought he should have had a penalty. But at the end of the night, it's Leeds United through by 1-0.